What is going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Got some MP40 Medic class gameplay to share with you guys. Have a really good start in this game and go on a 15 kill streak. I'm gonna get killed here though really quick, as you gotta remember that there's always gonna be someone probably posting up in these little carts here on D, so definitely be on the lookout for that, because that does seem to happen a lot. But I'm gonna have my teammate res me, and I'm gonna have a really good start from here and go again on a nice little 15 kill streak. So I definitely think this is a pretty solid gun and will already make a pretty significant impact in the game on launch, in my opinion. So definitely a really solid weapon to be using. This is of course the medic class that it's on, and this is the class I had made mention that I was looking forward to playing the most in BF5, mainly because of the ability to reheal yourself, which you're going to see a lot of that in this gameplay, and you'll see me take advantage of that. So on the flip side, I'm also liking this class because I won't have to deal with tanks as much, as a tank and vehicle gameplay in general has been nerfed, in my opinion, quite substantially. So again, a lot of things are up in the air. Nothing has been set in stone. We're just in the alpha of Battlefield 5. So, you know, again, if you're seeing things that you don't like, now is the time to, you know, give feedback to DICE, as again, nothing is set in stone, so things could change in the near future. But as it is right now, tank gameplay isn't affecting me as much, so it's allowing me to play a bit more aggressive with classes that don't do really well at taking out tanks. So the medic class is one of those classes, and I'm pretty sure in this whole gameplay I have here, I don't deal with tanks really at all. So because of that, that is what's making me more and more confident to be using the medic class, because I've said it time and again that the reason why I was using a lot of these assault classes in Battlefield 1 because the tanks were so powerful. But I usually like using weapons that come to the medic class, and I think again the MP40 is going to be a really solid weapon to use. So I'm going to come up over here and you're going to see a little bit of me being able to drop down some health, reheal myself, and take advantage of that. I think that's a very big plus on the battlefield, though I don't think the attrition is as bad as it sounds. It does help to be able to beat some of the classes like the medic or support class, where you're able to reheal yourself or resupply yourself. So here's a situation here. Got a few guys right here to challenge me. I'm gonna get hurt a little bit, but I'm gonna get my health right up, and you know, this guy's already wounded. There you go, right there. So get a lot of situations like that. You're gonna be in such a nice advantage to be able to do things like this. As a medic class, you could be battling someone, and even though they're battling you, you can take some damage while he takes damage, and then you can go around a corner, reheal yourself, and you're going to come out on top because, you know, even though you took damage alongside the opponent you're firing, when he goes behind cover and you go behind cover, he can't reheal himself to 100, but you can. So I think maximizing that as of right now, how it is going to give the medic class a little bit of an edge until, you know, if they get some tank gameplay gets buffed a little bit, or, you know, I'm not really sure what else could really change it, but, you know, that's off the top of my head, just the tank gameplay. If that changes, that could, you know, change up a little bit of how, not saying it's OP, but it's the class I'm leaning on that will do its most impact for me in the gameplay as of right now. So I'm gonna post up in the house here for a little bit and take advantage of the nice hip fire on the MP40, and then I'm going to finish off the one other player in the room with the pistol. I'm gonna try to post all of the stats for the weapons in one really quick video for you guys, so be on the lookout for that, and you can check that out in the annotations above when I get a chance to post that. But I'm gonna come over here and revive my teammate, but accidentally, I guess, pick up the Gura 43. So that basically probably ruined my streak there, because I was definitely enjoying using the MP40 right now, and I was shredding. I was looking all around for it, couldn't find it. Now, I did hit the X button as I was using the Xbox controller to play, and that does pick up weapons as well. So you can revive teammates by hitting X, but picking up weapons is the exact same input. I could have swapped and used my medic syringe gadget instead, and I would have then had to use the right trigger, which would have been probably the safer bet, as I wouldn't have gotten those inputs mixed up and caused me to probably indirectly pick up this weapon. So I'm not sure what they're going to do here with the inputs. Obviously, we're in the alpha testing, and this is mainly for the PC side, so hopefully they can kind of clean up some of these inputs a little bit so those things don't happen right there. But that tops off my 15 little kill streak there. Probably could have extended it. You know, had to kind of swap my mindset to playing with the Guru really quick. But yeah, that was a nice little quick kill streak that I had there. Now you're going to see me showing you some clips of me getting where the extension of this weapon I think is at its max, which is about right there in my opinion. I think that kill right there was a good example of where I don't really want to extend the weapon out any further. Again, there's only one fire mode for the MP40, and even though I completely missed all my shots there, the previous engagement was about as far as I feel at least comfortable with stretching out this weapon. But here is a perfect example of the attrition theme affecting my gameplay. I've been making mention of this, that the attrition doesn't impact you heavily, but there are moments where you really do wish you had a solid squad to help you out. As I'll be able to finish off with one player in here, but I got a room full of enemy players, and I'm running low on ammo, waste a lot of it right here. Then I'm going to push around, try to finish off at least one more player. Maybe I can pick up some of that ammo in there. Can't finish them off. And I'm only left now with the pistol that I don't really feel comfortable going in guns blazing with a couple enemy players in a building. So going to res my teammate here really quick. Again, no support classes around me. So I'm kind of left to try to find one of those supply stations, which I know there's one on the C flag. But I'm going to have to flank all the way around, because, you know, there is, you know, a player that shot at me in the back and a couple players in that room, and it's literally right next to that room. So I'm gonna do a really like hard flank here, and you're just gonna see how it ends out, which isn't the best thing, unfortunately. So that is the reason why you'll see it pop up here and there when you're playing Battlefield 5. You'll be able to get away with, you know, not going full on with your support, or you know, having your full squad with you, but there will be moments where you're gonna wish you did have it. And you see where DICE is saying, if you really want to maximize your gameplay, it's best being in a squad working together. As I'm gonna get resupplied, I'm all happy right now, and then out of all things, the Panzerfaust right to the face. Like, really? Like, out of all things that could have killed me right there, I'd rather him just shot me, not use a Panzerfaust to my face. But again, that is some of the attrition theme affecting me right there. So pretty interesting stuff. Here's another clip I want to point out for you guys, and that is, I find myself getting jammed trying to like get out of my crouch sprint, or if I am sprinting, trying to drop down on the ground and avoid being shot from scouts. I'm hoping to compare and contrast the movement from BF1 to BF5, and even though there are additional movements in BF5 that I am loving, there's some of them that just feel heavy, I would say, and the response time is really slow, and that probably is to do with the alpha. And again, this is on the PC side, so maybe there'll be a little bit more response when it comes to consoles, but I still am a little bit nervous about it, and I'm hoping that maybe I can, you know, do a good video to share with you guys what exactly I have usually done in BF1 to avoid scout classes and out in the open, to give myself a little bit of a chance to avoid those shots. And normally what I would do is, you know, lay down on the ground really quick after I got shot, and then, you know, right when I see the scout class adjusting to, you know, aim down on me when I'm laying on the ground, I'll stand up, run, and then, you know, he'll have to adjust to me moving again, and then I'll drop back down to the ground, and I'll keep doing that till I get myself around cover. In BF5 though, you're basically committed to whatever movement you make, and so if I drop down the ground, the time it takes me to get back up is too long, and by then the scout class it's too easy for him actually. So, you know, dropping down the ground is not the strat, at least that I'm noticing right now, to do if you want to avoid scout classes. Again, that might be the way the new mechanics have to be in BF5, so I'll just have to adjust to that. but you'll have to make up your mind if you're liking that new movement system exactly, if you are going to have a hard time adjusting your movements after you've made one committed move to maybe dive on the ground or, you know, sprint away or something like that. So here's an interesting play right here. I want to share with you guys a nice little hip firing from someone using the MG whatever it is, MG34 or whatever, and then I'm gonna come over here and lay down, and I want you to listen to the sound of the bullets inside here.
Objective Baker, soldiers.
I'm just loving the sounds of BF5 right now. I love the different sound it makes being in that tunnel, and just all the different variations of, you know, things you can listen to on the battlefield. So definitely enjoying that. Here's another clip though where I want you guys to listen into more of the sound gameplay, as I'm gonna get flanked from behind and gonna be able to pick up some footsteps that are creeping up behind me. So I was able to begin to hear someone coming up trying to melee me from behind. That's what I was noticing more and more, that I seem to be more like secure with the movement sounds when I was going crouch mode instead of the full-on sprint, which, you know, something that I had to kind of pick up on, as again, that's, you know, something that would kind of make sense. If you're sprinting, you'd give away a little bit of some information of where you're at, and if you want to, you know, give up some speed, you would at least gain some silence. So that seems to be kind of what's, you know, working here a little bit for me. So there's more times I began to go in that crouch sprint mode if I found myself around enemy players, because it felt like, again, it was giving me away a little bit. But I'm gonna come over here, get resupplied, and then I'm gonna try to stretch out the MP40 a little bit, and you're gonna see where its extension is definitely not going to work out very well. So definitely don't try to put yourself in a situation where you're, you know, need to get a kill that is about this far away, as I had just shown you earlier on the video where I thought the extension was solid at. But if you try to shoot anything else farther than that, as you see me right here, you know, maybe if I was prone, I wasn't moving, but even then I'm not sure how much I'm going to, you know, do any more damage to that. And then you're going to see a situation where, again, I made mention about this in my last video, that this is like a kill zone. I just know someone's going to be looking at me every single time I go through here. But that is, again, a little bit further away, and the GUR 43 is definitely going to win those battles. So, again, trying to paint for you guys a good picture of how the MP40 is playing right now. Very solid close range. Very solid if you want to hit fire. But, you know, if you want to try to extend it, gonna have a little bit of a struggle. So was having a lot of experiences though where when I was in the close range battles, it did seem like the STG was winning against me. Now that was probably due to the fact that they were probably aiming down sights, as I'd imagine if they start hip firing against me, they wouldn't win those battles. But I was noticing that quite a bit. But overall, was still having a pretty solid time using this weapon. So definitely gonna enjoy using this weapon in Battlefield 5, at least, as I'm assuming this will be one of the first ones that will be available for us to try out when BF5 launches. So gonna push up over here towards to E, and try to continue what was a somewhat solid game. Was able to die as much as what I was doing in my other game that I shared with you guys yesterday, with the assault class playing with the STG-44. Here's some more of that range I'm talking about. That I feel like that's solid right there. That's good enough. But anything further away than that, it begins to get a little bit tricky, and you don't want to be in that situation where you put a couple shots on a player and he hides behind a corner, and then you try to go run up to him and kill him, and you lose that element of surprise, you know, because you shot at him and you just told him exactly where you're coming from. And those are usually the things I try to avoid. I like to be able to use my element of surprise to pop up on an enemy and finish them off right there, and not have a, you know, 5-minute lengthy battle because you hide behind a corner and I can't kill him. So here's more of the hip fire, and here's more of the medic class helping me out, getting injured, but able to drop health down, re-heal myself, and now I'm able to battle the player who's like running around just like perfectly. And I can't see him, nor can he see me. And yeah, that is another perfect example of what I was talking about with the medic class, why I'm looking forward to playing with it, because I can just drop health down and, you know, do damage. And definitely excited to keep doing that. Gotta be on the lookout to see what they do with the tank class, if they're gonna do anything to it. I'm imagining they will, just playing a little bit with the tanker class. And hopefully I'll get into some videos about that with you guys. That it definitely feels heavy would be the word I would use. It's really heavy and slow, and just not what the tanks were in, you know, Battlefield 1. So you know, they're very powerful. They can blast you pretty, you know, pretty well, but you know, doing everything else with the movement and the, you know, attrition theme affecting the amount of ammo and, you know, health you have, you know, to be able to repair yourself, definitely affects the tank gameplay. So as you see in this game, hardly affected by the tank gameplay at all. Nowhere even in sight with anything with airplanes. So that is not affecting me at all, and I'm able to continuously use the medic class and keep re-healing myself and being impactful using this class. So and on top of that, you always have the ability to revive players, which is much quicker with this class. Hopefully they'll get some things polished up a little bit with the revive mechanics and be able to drag your buddy behind corners. That will definitely help. That was not in this build that we were playing, so that has been talked about, that you'll be able to drag your buddies behind the corner, and hopefully that is really smooth and effortless, and it's not something that's like, obviously dragging someone shouldn't be, if you want to go on the more realistic side, the most easiest thing to do, but it would be nice to at least have it somewhat effective where I can grab someone, pull someone around a corner. And then as well having the whole revive situation where sometimes it doesn't quite pop up for everyone after they died to revive them. So that was something that was a little bit you know, frustrating to have that happen. So hopefully, again, those should be all resolved and worked out the moment the Battlefield 5 gets launched for us. But here is the only time in the game I felt like I was getting attacked from a tank. I'm pretty sure that was a tank shelling me, but he doesn't even go onto the capture zone. So again, not feeling too much impact from the tanks, as I'm gonna roll up over here and flank this one guy, finish him off, and then be able to res my teammate from here. So again, that is what I've been feeling and experiencing right now. Feel free to let me know your guys' thoughts down below about the medic class. Are you feeling the exact same type of hype that I'm feeling about the class? Mainly about being able to re-heal yourself and taking advantage of that on the battlefield, knowing that you can just weaken enemy players, go behind a corner, re-heal yourself from that first initial engagement, and then come out on top because you have that advantage of full health. So that's kind of been the meta in my mind. Tell me what you guys think about that, if you guys think that's plausible or not, especially from the looks of the gameplay that we got going on here. So I take a little bit more damage from some enemy players here, re-heal myself again, and then be able to flank around from the side. So I see on my screen now I have enough points to call in the V1 rocket, or I think I have the JB2 rocket because I'm on the other team. So I'm going to be able to call in my call-in right here, and fortunately I don't think I can get any kills. This was, again, one of the first couple times I was getting in these call-ins, so I was getting kind of used to them. I don't think I really have any really solid kill streaks with the call-ins. I think I get one where I get like a triple kill, but you know, I'll just have to get more used to using it. It was just nice this time not to get sniped in the head when I first called in, but yeah, and that was part of the reason why I didn't want to go revive my teammate right there, because I was just getting sniped so many times in that little center middle area, and that's where it will be nice to be able to drag your buddy and move them just away. If I could just move him just a little bit, I would have been able to revive him. At least felt more comfortable doing it. So hopefully be on the lookout for that to hopefully show up in the beta. There's a few key things I hope does show up in the beta. I hope that is one of them, as I'm going to just shred around here completely as the JB2 gets called in. Does no damage at all, but was able to clear up A. I think I'm going to snipe from behind here, though. This is what I'm talking about. Just a lot of things like that. That is Battlefield, though. You know, really, there is. I mean, you just die from some of the strangest things out of nowhere. Like, if the Panzerfaust death earlier wasn't a great example of that, I don't know what is. But we're going to be able to, I think actually we're going to lose this at the last second, which was kind of strange because, yeah, there were games that I suddenly went on a streak on where I was losing just at the last second. So yeah, really weird stuff was happening, but I mean the game was, you know, at least competitive, and they were all pretty close at epic. So gonna come over here, they'll not be able to finish off this player. Don't know what was going on here. He seemed like he kept just surviving, and I wasn't able to just finish him off. And then I had the unfortunate situation with my melee weapon not doing its job. But that is it for you guys today. Again, let me know your guys' thoughts down below about the meta of the medic class, and if you guys are feeling similar things that I am feeling when it comes to using this class on the battlefield. But again, I always appreciate you guys being here. I am Livin', and I'll catch you guys again later.